Hello, everybody. I would like talking about how the world is getting better. Okay, and now I would like to begin with these estimates. Okay, the first estimate that I can tell you is about life expectancy continues to rise. Okay, when you read history books that talking about the industrial revolutions. The average life expectancies across European countries did not excess around 35 years. You could think that it was terrible, couldn't you? This does not imply that most people died in their late 30 years or even 40 years. See, it was mostly very high levels of child mortality rates that pulled down the average. Women dying in childbirth was obviously a big problem too. So were common diseases such as smallpox and the plague, for example, which now have been completely eradicated in high income countries. My grandfather told me that he saw many people dead for smallpox, for example. Okay. Now my second estimate is child mortality continues to fall. Okay. My father told me that more than a century ago, child mortality rates were still exceeding 10%, even in high income countries such as the USA and the United Kingdom. But thanks to the modern medicine and better public safety in general, this number has been reduced to almost zero in rich countries. I think that in Colombia the problem continues, doesn't it? People who live in urban areas have a better chance than people who live in the countryside. Plus, developing economies like India and Brazil now have much lower child mortality rates than today. That advanced economies had a similar income levels about 1 century ago. My sister doesn't have children, neither do I, because sometimes we feel scared about how diseases spreads around the world in this moment. For example, the COVID. Okay, my third estimate is more people are living in democracies. Through most of human history, people live under oppressive, no democratic regimes. As of today, about half of the human population is living in a democracy. Of those still living in autocracies, 90% are in China. While the country has recently moved in the other direction, there is a reason to believe that continued economic development might eventually lead to democratizations. However, my friend Luis, who lives in Venezuela, prefers the socialist system. Sometimes, me too. Mass media play an important role showing what happened in the two systems. Okay, but mass media designs act for the government, and they are paid for the government, don't they? They many times I pay for the government and handle the information with different interests. Okay, I hope that people can live happy and without needs in their countries. I think that is a better result. Conflicts. My first estimate is conflicts are on the decline. Are on the decline. Throughout history, the world has been driven by conflict. In fact, at least two of the world's largest powers have been at war with each other more than 50% of the time since about 1500. While the early 20th century was especially brutal with two world wars in rapid succession, the post-war period has been very peaceful. For the first time ever, there has been no war or conflict in Western Europe in about 3 generations. My grandfather told me he has seen at least five serious conflicts since Vietnam, Second War, um, conflicts between Argentina, United Kingdom, in the Middle East, and etc., Iran, USA, Iraq, USA, and others. I think that in our days we must think in how resolve other problems, don't you? My friends who live in Belgium told me about how young people are developing different projects to improve the environment, produce food mitigating greenhouse gas emissions, for example. I think that we should think in how resolve the problems and nothing more in words. It's ridiculous. And finally, my final statement is the science advance a care or health. Our time has a great development. Diseases these days are very controlled, especially in developed countries like USA, United Kingdom, Europe, Russia. Now we can see it with COVID. For example, the USA has vaccinated more than a half their population. The same thing happens in several European countries. My friends who live in USA in Florida told me that they have been vaccinated 1 month ago. I can't believe it. Can you? And now in Colombia it's so difficult to get the vaccine. My friends don't have residence in USA. Neither do I, but I am planning to go to USA in my vacation and I would like to get my vaccine to me and my family. Okay, teacher, thank you for your time. I appreciate you and thank you. Bye bye.